So there's something very different about the woman you love. Things have changed and you're beginning to have your suspicions that she may have fallen out of love with you. She still engages with you, comes home, interacts with you, responds to your messages, but something is just a little off. And you're wondering, what could this be? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you signs that she does not love you anymore. It might be hard to hear, but yeah, you're going to get it straight up from me. My name is Jessica. I'll be right back. Welcome back, Jessica here. So let's jump right in. Signs that she does not love you anymore. Oof, how many are there? Plenty. Usually you just need to read the writing on the wall. Some people find it very difficult to just come out and say, hey, you know what? I have lost feelings for you and I can't do this. Simply because they don't want to hurt your feelings, or, they just feel like, maybe if I just act nonchalant, long enough, I may be able to get this guy to, realize that I've fallen out of love, and he could probably even just take a decision and walk. And indeed, there are many men who do that. They wouldn't even tell you when they stop dating you. They just sort of move on and you figure it out. Women do that too, on occasion. In fact, people do that too. So let me just generalize this particular statement. There are, from where I sit, telltale signs that are strong indicators that the love of your life's feelings towards you may be dwindling. Give me a moment, I'll tell you about it. Number one, she stopped fighting with you. So you've been through all the phases of your relationship. The phase where you're not fighting at all for months on end and everything is just fine and dandy, to you're fighting every single day. Two, you're back to the point where she's not fighting you about the same things that she used to complain about. And it's not because you've changed. You're still being you. You're still doing the stuff that usually irks her, but she just has decided not to engage. For me, when someone gets to that point, it's clear that they've given up on the relationship. They're tired of talking. And if you do not do something very, very radical to bring them back, you probably would have lost them forever. So yeah, if she's gotten to that point where she's not even fighting you, she's not even trying. It's like, you know what, whatever, come what may, we'll just hang around and see how this goes. Then that might be the beginning of the end. Look into it, see if you can turn things around for your benefit and bring the relationship back on track to where you originally wanted it to go. Unless, of course, you've also given up, then there's nothing to talk about. But you're watching this video, so I'm guessing you want to do something about it, okay? So think through that. Number two, she barely talks to you, okay? So she's gone from the chatterbox who would fill you in on her day, everything that's gone on, everything that's happened, from her boss that she hates to her work colleagues that just make her mad. There's nothing that is left out in the dark where you're concerned and where your relationship is. But suddenly she's stopped talking to you about the things that matter. I mean, she'll still engage, if you ask her a question, she'll answer, but that's about it. She's no longer this woman that you knew, or this girl that you knew. And, you also begin to realize that she seems to be confiding in other people a lot more, maybe talking on the phone to a friend who originally was not even part of the conversation or the equation, but suddenly they've become center stage in her life and the conversations are limited with you. For me, that's a clear sign that there's something wrong. It doesn't take... For me, that's a clear sign that there's something wrong. And if you want to do something about it, then you better arrest the situation right there. Communication is key in any relationship, and when you get to a point where your partner does not want to communicate when they have a problem, when they have a victory, when they have a challenge, when things are going great, then you should know that they're slowly detaching themselves from you, and that might not augur well for your relationship. If you want to be able to steer the relationship back to where it was, then you definitely need to open lines of conversation and communication to find out what really the problem is. Maybe you are one of those guys who do not you hear, but you don't listen. She's been trying to say something for a very long time and it's fallen on deaf ears and she's just given up trying. I think that even though she may be disconnected at this point, or she may be in the process of disconnecting at this point, all is not lost. You can still salvage the situation. Number 3, she criticizes you a lot. Now, sometimes silence is not the only thing that shows that your relationship is dead or dying. It could be the other end of the spectrum as well, where she is really loud, downright disrespectful, and just criticizes you about anything and everything. The different types of criticism. There is constructive and there is, non-constructive, and you just find yourself on the end of the criticism not being in a bid to help you, but more like to put you down every single time something happens. When it gets to that point, you may be on the edge of a breakup. A breakup is imminent. If you ask me, I think you need to dig deeper, talk to your woman, find out what's really going on. Maybe she's having personal challenges that is making her sort of pass on, the kind of anger or feelings, negative feelings to your relationship and to you inadvertently. Have that conversation, find out what's going on. And the worst part of being criticized by your partner is when they even do it in public. They no longer want to hold your honor, and would rather criticize you in public where everybody would realize just how maybe dumb or stupid they think you are. At that level, she's lost all respect for you and the relationship is definitely taking a nosedive. If you want to save that relationship, then you better sit up and do something about it now. Hi there, I'm excited to share good news with you. Jessica is now on Patreon. Yes, I am now on Patreon. If you don't know what that community is about, just head over to patreon.com/JessicaOS. Now, I get tons of messages being sent to me on a daily, people having questions that they'd like me to answer, relationship questions. I do so on my Patreon community, so go on, sign up, be a member today, and you'll have exclusive access to me. So we go from behind the scenes, general updates, and live chats, one-on-one conversations as well. All that is available if you become a VIP patron. So go for it. Let's have some good time behind the scenes together. Patreon.com/JessicaOS. I'll leave the link in the description below of this video, and yeah, we'll see you there. Exclusive content awaits. Number 4, she avoids you like a plague. When the relationship began, everything was fine. You guys would spend hours and hours, days on end together, assuming you didn't live together. But for some reason, now she has a genuine, quote unquote, reason why she cannot see you every single time. You've gone from seeing each other every day to seeing each other once a week. And when you complain, she just gives you excuses about how, basically things are going on, she's busy, there's work, and that kind of thing. I believe that when you really love someone, you make time for them. Okay, it doesn't really matter what's going on. You'll find a way to squeeze them into your routine or your schedules. If you get to a point where a woman is avoiding you like a plague, there might be various reasons why, and you need to do some introspection to be sure that you are not the reason for that particular occurrence or happening. When she's fallen out of love, sometimes even when you're in the same house or she comes to visit, she's sitting on one end of the couch whilst you're on the other. Or if she has access to your room, she'd rather go watch a movie by herself in your room, or that kind of thing. She's moving away from you. She's never in your space, and you can feel the physical distance. It's time to sit up and try to salvage that relationship if you actually want it. Once again, communication is key. Number 5 is she badmouths you to her friends. And I kind of touched on that a little bit in the previous tip, you see, because it's different if she has negative feelings towards you, or the relationship is dying, the love is dwindling, and she really wants out. But when she starts to talk evil or ill about you to your friends, your family, your colleagues, people you care about, love, and respect, then it is a whole different level of serious. She may be doing that to try to paint you black and find a way to sort of gather evidence against you, so that when she walks, no one's going to point fingers about her and everybody's rather going to blame you. So when she starts bad-mouthing you to friends and family, beware. That is a really big red flag. To be honest, at that point, if I were you, I would just walk away and not even try to salvage the situation. Number 6 is she has become more independent. Yes, she used to rely on you for everything. And even if not for everything, she used to rely on you for some things or most things. But she, over the years, over the months, has started to withdraw. She does not ask you for the regular things that you help her with. And you know very well that she's not necessarily even receiving help from other places. But she's just sort of ostracized you where the relationship is concerned. She will not draw you in. She'll no longer tell you about her problems. She'll no longer try to get you to see her side, you know. When it comes to decision making, she does not involve you anymore. She just takes the decision herself. These are all really huge red flags, if you ask me. And you should be able to have a conversation to find out what's really going on with your woman, because women like for the men in their lives to handle certain tasks. It makes them feel loved, appreciated, and supported. And if she takes that quote unquote privilege away from you and hands it to other people, it may be because she doesn't think you are available to do them for whatever reason, or she just wants to take a bit of the power and or control that you have on her life. Number 7 is she doesn't include you in her plans. No siree. Zero. Now, this was a girl who wanted to go everywhere with you. Weddings, funerals, parties, engagements, birthdays, you name it. Every single event, every Friday night you guys were hanging out. Every weekend you were together, catching the movies, going to church, you know, just social activities. You were doing everything together, and suddenly she is unavailable, disappeared completely off the surface of the earth. And you are the one left holding the key to an empty relationship. Meanwhile, you see her post on social media. She's been to this event and that gig, and you're the only one who has not been invited. Are you still in a relationship with this woman? Because to me, it doesn't quite seem like it. You might be in what I call a situationship by yourself, thinking that you're dating a woman who's actually just moved on. Number 8, she flirts with other people. Now, when a woman really, really likes you, trust me, flirting is like, you know, the least of things on her mind, and especially flirting with other people, even in your absence. She's wholly, totally devoted to you, and she has no time for anyone else. When your woman starts to flirt with other people, that is a huge red flag. It's a sign that she does not value what you guys have. It's a sign that she may want to be with someone else instead of you, or she does not find your relationship as exciting as it used to be. Plus, there's the issue of flirting with other people being really, really disrespectful to your current relationship. It opens room for outsiders to mock your partner. And when that starts to happen, it's obvious that the relationship is on its last legs. 9th point is intimacy has gone completely out the window. Maybe you guys weren't practicing abstinence. You know, you were engaged sexually before you take the relationship to the next level. And suddenly, well, she is unavailable intimately. Gives you excuses why she can't give you the cookie. And basically, we just won't do certain things. She won't even kiss you. Let me give you guys a tip. When someone's really falling out of love with you, the first thing to usually go is the kissing. The intimate, deep kiss, French kiss that she used to give you, that both of you would engage in and have your hearts thumping, will disappear. It'll start becoming simple pecks on the cheek, maybe hugs, but the kisses will never quite happen. She'll give you every reason why she does not want to kiss you as often as she used to. And honestly, you've just gotten to a point where your emotional needs in the relationship are not being met. That could be a big sign that your woman is falling out of love with you, is falling out of love. And finally, your gut feeling tells you that something is up. I know women have a very sharp sixth sense, but it doesn't also mean that men do not have it at all. Pay attention to your feelings, your intuition. Half the time, if you think it, you might be right, you know. And so take your hunches seriously. I bet you can sense that the relationship is going south. You know, things are not going so well. And if you want to salvage the situation, you just might be able to, depending on how far your woman has drifted away from you. If you begin to suspect that your partner's fallen out of love, I would say open up lines of conversation. Really sit down, have a chat with her, heart to heart, find out what's going on. If it's something that you guys want to work on, then go ahead and do it. If not, then you decide to amicably part ways. That's also completely possible. These are the 10 signs that your woman has fallen out of love that I'd like to share with you on the channel today. I'll see you on the next video. My name is Jessica. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on all notifications, and you'll get notified every single time I post. Thanks for watching. Bye.